Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Oakland Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24. And usually we start with the gameplay, but we have a quick little roster move to make before we get into the game. It has to deal with our rotation. As you can tell by the name of this video, we're going to go a little unorthodox the last couple of weeks. We're going to go with a 6-man rotation just to keep some guys fresh and get some look at some more starting pitchers down the stretch. And the first guy we're going to take a look at is Hogan Harris, who has some innings with the Major League Club this year. Wasn't overly impressive, but had a good AAA season. I want to see what he does back in the Major League level. So we're going to go with 6 men in the rotation. In order to fill that spot, we're going to send down Carlos Perez. He's just a veteran backup catcher, but with both Langeliers and Soderstrom on the roster, really don't need him at the Major League level. So that being said, we're going to head to Houston for a 3-game series against the Houston Astros. Very excited for this one. Make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content, as the majority of you on this channel who watch my videos are not subscribed. So just go ahead, hit the button. That's all you got to do. But on the mound for the Astros will be Framber Valdez. Zach Geloff will lead off, and we get ready for baseball. Here is the very first pitch of the game. Geloff is going to rip it into center field, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. It's going to be a leadoff double for our all-star this season. Zach Geloff makes second base on what is his 27th of the season. Ryan Noda up next looks at strike 3. It's very much on par. And the next batter, Brent Rooker, takes a 1-2 sinker into right field. It's got some carry, but it's going to be caught at the track. However, that will be deep enough to move Geloff to third. And we'll take a look at the Oakland Athletics lineup. Usual starters around the horn, as Soderstrom's up next, who's been struggling this season, but hitting in the 4 spot in the last 10 games at least. Langeliers in the 5, Ruiz the 6, Seth Brown 7, Logan Davidson 8, and Jordan Diaz will be the starting third baseman going forward in the 9 hole. Tyler Soderstrom up next, 1-0 pitch, sinker into left field, and that'll strand Geloff at third base. So here is Hogan Harris on the mound. You can see his stats earlier in his first stint with the squad. He did pitch recently in AAA, so he's not full strength, so he'll probably only go a couple of innings today. Kyle Tucker on an 8-game hit streak will lead off for the Astros, and he will swing and miss on an inside fastball to begin the day. Jeremy Pena up next, 2-0 pitch, and he's going to hit this one over to second. A beautiful diving grab by Geloff to get him out. However, it has some consequences. Geloff's in some pain after that, and he'll have to be removed from the game. So Abraham Toro will play second base the rest of the day. A little bit of a scare there as Yordan Alvarez is up next, and he gets plunked high inside. That doesn't feel good. That brings up Jose Altuve. Will ground over to Toro now at second base, and that'll end the first. Good inning by Hogan Harris. We'll go top 2. Shea Langeliers leading off for the A's, and he swings and misses at a sinker. Still trying to get that average consistently over 200. As here's a man who has got his average up over 200. Esteury Ruiz, who crushes a sinker to left field. A solo home run for our center fielder gets us on the board first today, as that one is his 8th of the season. 370 feet to left field, and the dugout is happy as Oakland takes a 1-0 lead. It brings up Seth Brown up next, 2-1 pitch, and he's going to hit this one into left center field. Nice contact there, and roll all the way to the wall. So Seth Brown, off of the lefty, not his specialty, will have himself a double, and what is his 17th of the season. Rookie Logan Davidson up next. He slaps it through the right side of the infield for a base hit. Seth Brown will be sent home, and the throw is offline. It's 2-0 Athletics, an RBI for Davidson, who's having a good showing since being called up. Jordan Diaz up next, perfectly times one into the gap in right center, and the A's are swinging a good bat. Davidson's going to come all the way around and score. It's going to be an RBI double for Diaz, and the green and gold is up 3-0 now. Still only one away. Here's Toro's first bat of the day. He'll ground it over to third. It will advance Diaz to third base on the second out. Big spot now for Ryan Noda, 0-2 pitch, and he perfectly times one up the middle. It's an RBI, and it's 4-0 for the Elephants. The offense came to play today. How about Brent Rooker, 0-2? He swings through a circle change. That'll end the top of the second, but with such an explosive start, let's stay with the offense top 3. Soderstrom leads off, and he's going to put this one in the gap. That's going to get cut off, though, by Myers in center, so it's only a single. Shea Langeliers next, 1-2 pitch, and he gets underneath a nice sinker. sky high for the catcher in Diaz. He puts it away for out number 1. Ruiz up next. He perfectly times another one into right center, and that's going to get down. And Soderstrom's going to come all the way around from first. He's going to be sent home. The throw is not going to be in time. It's an RBI triple for Ruiz. 5-0 Athletics. His second triple of the season will knock Valdez out of the game. He can't even make it 3 innings. J.P. France, the second-year pro from Mississippi State, will come in, try to minimize the damage, and he gets a big strikeout on Seth Brown. So now 2 down for Logan Davidson, and he's going to slap this one over to third. That'll end the third, but the Athletics are up 5-0. Now, Hogan Harris will only go 2 innings, which means Kyle Muller will come in the third, and he's got a big lead to play with. First batter he faces is Kyle Tucker, and he plunks him on the backside. That's the second hit batter of the day for the A's. Jeremy Pena up next. We'll look at a nasty 12-6. Muller might have got some help there with the call, but a beautiful strikeout nonetheless. And then a ground ball over to Davidson, a chance to turn 2. That's going to be an E6. Pulls Toro off second base. Everybody is safe in a big spot for Jose Altuve. The 2017 AL MVP will chop this one over to third. Diaz will just make the sure play at first. So 2 on, 2 outs for Chas McCormick. And he rips one over to right, but it's right at Rooker. That's another scoreless inning. Mason Miller will then come in the 5th, as Muller will go 2. As Miller now not having a good season. We've well documented that. He starts off against Jake Myers. 1-2, but blows a 100-mile-an-hour fastball right by him for out number 1. Kyle Tucker up next, 2-2 pitch, and he will look at strike 3. Fastball low in the zone, nasty pitch. Quick 2 down from Mason Miller. Now it's Jeremy Pena, 1-1. He's going to chop this one over to short. Davidson's got it, and a 1-2-3 inning for Miller. However, he would stay in the 6th, and he would walk the first 2 batters. So we will pull him for Trevor Gott, trying to strand the 2 walks. His first batter is Chas McCormick, and McCormick's going to lace one to left field, and this one's going to clear the wall. A 3-run homer by Chas McCormick has Houston right in this game. That's only the second base hit for the Astros today, but they've gotten on base a lot via the free pass. And well, they're only down by 2 runs. Going to get a little interesting here in Houston. Still nobody out. It's Alex Bregman up next, and he's going to bloop this one into left field. That's going to be only the 3rd base hit for Houston today. That'll bring up Jose Abreu, 0-1 pitch, and he's going to rip this one to right field. Rooker's going back, and it's going to clear the wall. A 2-run homer for Jose Abreu, and this ball game is tied. 5 batters ago, it was a 5-0 lead for the Athletics. Now we're all tied up at 5 apiece. Oh, it's quick how this turns. The offense's hot start goes for nothing. Gott doesn't even get an out. Scott Alexander will now come in out of the bullpen, trying to get us through this debacle of an inning. He'll start off with Yainer Diaz, who'll ground this one down the first base line and fair. That's 6 straight base runners that have now got on for Houston. That brings up the center fielder, Jake Myers. 1-0 pitch to him, and he's going to chop this one back to Alexander. He will at least turn 2, so that'll clear the bases. And now 2 down for Kyle Tucker, the 3-time All-Star, who got hit by a pitch in the 3rd. That graphic a little bit wrong. But he's 0 for 2 on the day. 0-1 pitch from Alexander. He chops it, and it's going to get through the infield for a base hit. The inning continues for Jeremy Pena. 1-0 pitch to him. He chops this one over to Diaz, and he will field it cleanly. We'll go to first with the game tied up at 5 apiece. Back to square one as Hunter Brown will come in relief for Houston, having a great season out of the bullpen. 3.18 ERA. He'll start off against Ryan Noda, who the first pitch will rip one, but right over to second. Altuve fumbles it a little bit, but has enough time to recover and get him out. How about Brent Rooker, 0-1 pitch, He grounds it over to Pena. That's another put out at first base. Offense going a little bit quiet since the relievers came in, but Soderstrom does draw a walk, so there's a base runner for Shea Langoliers. He did single back in the 5th. And he has a big chance here to extend the inning. Runner on first. Full count pitch, and Shea will take a fastball to center field, but it looks like Myers is there, and that gets through the top of the 7th. We'll go bottom 7, Zach Jackson, and it was a leadoff double for Yordan Alvarez and the Astros. And now we're going to bring in Jackson to try to strand the runner. Altuve's up first. He looks silly on a circle change. Nice punch out there. That'll bring up Chas McCormick, get the big 3-run homer, and he's going to draw a walk. Another walk given up by the A's pitching staff. And that'll bring up Alex Bregman, who's 2 for 3 on the day, and now 3-time All-Star. First pitch is a swing and miss, but it's a double steal. It catches Langoliers flat-footed, and everybody's safe. So that takes away the double play chance now. Later in the at-bat, full count, it's another walk. Back-to-back walks, loads the bases for Jose Abreu. 1-0 pitch to him, and he turns on a fastball. Deep left field. It's out of here. A grand slam for Jose Abreu, and the Astros are out in front. The second homer of the day for the 2020 AL MVP. And talk about taking the wind out of your sails. You're down 9-5 now. Danny Jimenez will then come in relief, who's settled down at least since his debacle of a first impression last episode. He has one away for Yonder Diaz, and he's going to look at strike 3. That was clearly a strike. I don't know what Diaz is thinking. Now brings up Jake Myers, who's 0 for 3 on the day. 0-2 pitch from Jimenez, and he'll swing and miss the strikeouts. But being down 9-5, that will do it. The A's completely had the wind taken out of their sails. They didn't get another base runner. And Houston will win 9-5. Now, I know we're a bad team. We're the worst team in baseball, so we have a lot of holes. But I think this game highlights what our biggest hole is. The pitching, specifically the bullpen, is god-awful. You can't trust nobody in that bullpen to have a good game. I mean, the offense is young. There's a lot of young pieces there, so they're going to have their growing pains. But if they hit the ball like they did today, you got to give them a chance. And we did not. Zach Geloff will be okay. He just will miss a couple of games. We then lose the next one 6-2, and we've now lost over 100 games, as Toro had another good day, but it was the bullpen. Mitch Spence, 400 runs in only 1/3 inning. We do win game 3, 3-2, and it was Abraham Toro again, who had a home run and 2 RBIs to put us ahead in 11 innings. And we take 1 of 2 against Houston. We'll now travel to Chicago to start off with the White Sox. As we head to the South Side, we'll be in Chicago for the next 6 games, a 3-game set against the White Sox, followed by a 3-game set against the Cubs. But first, it's against the South Siders, the Shy Sox here, who have not been a good year for them as well, 60-87. Hopefully we can take advantage of this, as we're coming off a win. We'll see Michael Kopech on the mound against the A's lineup. Has not been the best year for the righty. And look who's leading off for the A's today. It'll be Logan Davidson. Remember, Geloff is still sore with that abdominal strain, so the rookie will get the lead off, and well, he'll strike out. And Ryan Oda will as well. So that'll bring us to Brent Rooker quickly. 0-1 pitch to him, and he's going to not strike out, but he's going to line out to right field, a quick top of the first. On the mound for the A's will be J.P. Sears. The ERA will not wow you, but it's been a good couple of starts for J.P. Sears. He's been working it down. And you'll look to continue that today as Andrew Benintendi leads off for the White Sox. And he will begin by drawing a walk. I don't know why we're appealing that. That was obviously a strike. Nonetheless, it's leadoff base runner for White Sox. However, the next batter will ground to Toro at second, who can't get to second in time for a double play. At least it'll be a fielder's choice. Abraham Toro playing second base today with Geloff out with the injury. As here's Luis Robert up next, who will pop this one up high into left field for the second out of the inning. And here's a look at the White Sox lineup. We've seen the first 3 batters. Next up, we'll see the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn, followed by Mike Moustakas at third base, Colson Montgomery, the DH, Paul DeJong at short, Zach Deloach in left, and then Edgar Quero is behind the plate. One of the bottom half teams in the American League in OPS. First baseman Vaughn up next, and he's going to look at strike 3. A high slider gets him. As we'll go top 2 now, back with the A's lineup, and quickly to begin, Seth Brown crushes one to right field and out of here. Tied no longer as Seth Brown hits his now team-leading 21st home run of the season, as he puts the A's out in front off of a 452-foot bomb to right field. 2 batters later, Tyler Soderstrom steps up, and he's going to crush the first pitch he sees to deep right center field and out of here. Another solo shot for the Athletics this inning. It's Tyler Soderstrom, who's been swinging a pretty good bat as of late. That one goes 450. to right center. Two absolute nukes here in the top of the second. Soderstrom's 11th of the season, and the A's lead 2-0. We'll go top 4 now. Seth Brown back up at the batter's box, and this time he's going to strike out off a nice curveball from Michael Kopech. Going to bring up Shea Langoliers, who we did not see in the second, but he grounded out in between the 2 home runs. He's got a full count pitch, and he's going to look at ball 4. Could have been called strike 3. Instead, he gets the free base. And now we'll bring up Tyler Soderstrom again. You can see his numbers at the bottom. Having an okay season. The first pitch swinging again, and it's going to work out for him once more. A single into center field. Puts 2 batters on for one of our best clutch hitters on the team, Esteury Ruiz, who unfortunately will strike out on the slider. Nice pitch there by Kopech. We'll bring up Jordan Diaz, 0 for 1 on the day. Now that everyday third baseman needs to come through in situations like this, and he's going to do just that. A shot up the middle, base hit. Langoliers has got some speed, and he's going to score at home plate. An RBI single for Jordan Diaz, who's been a very good surprise this year, swinging the bat. Toro up next will chop one over to first, and that will end the top of the 4th, but the A's get one more. How about top 5, staying right with them? Logan Davidson up first, and he gets plunked. Slider runs inside, and well, Kopech already had a short leash, and that's going to do it for him. Chad Kuhl will then come in relief. We'll see if he is cool, yes, pun intended, the former Washington National not having a good season. His first batter is Ryan Noda, and he's going to send a sinker into left field. However, got underneath it. First out of the frame. How about Brent Rooker? 0 today, and he's going to make it 0 for 3, well out in front of the slider, and Chad Kuhl is doing his job. That'll bring us Seth Brown up next, and he's going to crush one to left field. The second home run of the day for Seth Brown. A 2-run shot opposite field this time. His 22nd now of the season. As that one only goes 390, but he puts the A's even more out in front. It's 5-0 now for the Elephants. However, we did see what happened last time we were up 5-0 in the Astros series. Next batter, Langoliers gets plunked. Owie, that's the second hit batter of the day. That'll bring up Tyler Soderstrom, and he gets plunked. Back-to-back hits. Is this getting a little chippy out here in Chicago? Esteury Ruiz up next. He'll draw a walk. So quickly, Chad Kuhl loads the bases for Jordan Diaz. A big spot here. First pitch. He's going to chop it over to first, and that'll end the 5th. We leave the bases loaded. However, we now lead 5-0. Top 6, Abraham Toro leads off, and he wants to get in on the action. Opposite field and gone. Can't bring it in. And that's a solo shot for the 9-hole hitter, Abraham Toro, who goes deep. His 9th home run of the season. And how about a 6-0 lead here? The offense has really been bringing it here. A good day so far. Well, we've seen a lot of the offense. How's the pitching been? We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and J.P. Sears is still on the mound, wheeling and dealing. Benintendi leads off, and he's going to sky this one into shallow left where it is caught. How about Nicky Lopez? First pitch to him, and he gets plunked. Oh, that's going to not be obviously well taken. I don't know if that's some retaliation or not, but the next batter, Luis Robert, up next, will hit this one into right center where it's going to be tracked down by Rooker. And now 2 down for Andrew Vaughn. 1-0 pitch to him, and he's going to line this one to Rooker and right, and it's 6 scoreless innings for the pitching. How about that for J.P. Sears? Touki Toussaint, the former Cleveland Guardian, will come in relief for the White Sox with a 4 ERA, trying to make his place in this league after being once a highly prospect as he strikes out Seth Brown to begin his day. Shea Langoliers up next, and he's also going to swing and miss. That's a nasty curveball by Toussaint. Quick 2 down now for Tyler Soderstrom, who's going to rip this one over to short. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. Go top 8, though. Toussaint still on the mound, and this time it's not going to be 1-2-3 as Ruiz is going to beat out an infield single. So the fastest man on the team on first base for Jordan Diaz, who takes a nice high curveball and slaps it into right field. Ruiz has got some speed. He's going to come all the way around and score. That's an RBI double for Jordan Diaz, having himself a nice day offensively. 7-0 now for the A's. Abraham Toro up next, just misses a fastball that was right down the middle. That'll be the first out of the 8th. Logan Davidson now slaps this one over to third base. It's fielded, and Moustakas will throw him out. Quick 2 down now. Still trying to bring in the runner. It's Ryan Noda up next. He's going to slap this one to right field, and it's going to get down. They're going to send Diaz, test the arm of Benintendi, and the throw is in time. They gun Jordan Diaz down at the plate. It's still 7-0 as we go into the 8th inning now. Mason Miller comes in relief after J.P. Sears goes 7 scoreless innings of only 3 hit ball. Still to the top of the lineup where we've seen all day, as here's Benintendi grounding out. Nicky Lopez up next, and he's going to get plunked, but he actually went around, so I don't know if that counts as a hit by pitch. Nonetheless, 2 down now for Luis Robert, who jacks one deep left field. At the track is Brown, and it looks like he has just enough space to make the grab. Still scoreless after 8 for the White Sox. As we go top 9 now, Toussaint still in the game. Brent Rooker, who you see at the bottom, snapped an 0-for-32 streak against the Astros. That is insanely bad. He flies out. That brings up Seth Brown, who just misses a high curveball. Man, he could have had 3 home runs today if he squares that one up. Instead, 2 down now for Shea Langoliers, and he's going to slap a sinker on a 2-0 pitch into right field. And Benintendi can't bring it in. It takes a weird hop over the wall for a ground rule double. Tyler Soderstrom up next, first pitch swinging. He's been very successful doing that today, and it works out again. Into the gap, misplayed out there and left by Deloach. And that's going to be an RBI double for Soderstrom. A's now lead 8-0 off of Soderstrom's 15th double of the season. How about Ruiz? A high curveball to him, and he perfectly bloops this one into center field. That's going to bring home another run. 9-0 for the green and gold. Statement here made against one of the worst teams in the American League. Lefty Tanner Banks will come in to try to get the final out for the White Sox. It'll be Jordan Diaz at the plate, and he's going to ground out over to short, where the play will be made. A's lead 9-0 going into the bottom of the ninth, so I don't think there's any reason to really watch it. The A's win in a statement fashion, 9-0. How about that? The offense came alive, and the pitching was dominant. We haven't seen a game like that from this team in quite some time. Only 3 hits given up for the pitching. I don't even know what's more impressive, 9 runs on 13 hits for the offense, or only 3 hits given up by the pitching. Nonetheless, we'll take it, even though it is the White Sox. They're technically better than us. So, how about that for a win? Excited to see that. The offense came around. Sears looked good. Miller didn't give up a base hit in 2 innings. And we get the victory. Also, some good news. Zach Geloff is fully healthy after that game. And then in Game 2, we win 8-2. Langoliers goes deep twice. And we now have a little 3-game win streak for the A's. That's very impressive. However, the winning streak would not continue, as we do lose the 3rd game 5-4. The bullpen blew this game as well. Alexander, 2 earned runs in a half inning. Toro did go deep as well, though, so he doesn't want to give up that third base job. That'll take us into next episode. We stay in Chicago for a 3-game set against the Cubs, but we return home for a 3-game homestand against the New York Yankees, who are contending in the AL East. It's not going to be easy the rest of the way. We have some good matchups. We're almost done with the season, and hopefully the A's can continue to play like they have today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.